Did you know that there are 7 statements Jesus made using the phrase I am in the Bible? These 7 I am statements contain profound truths about Jesus' identity and mission, and they can transform your life forever if you truly understand and believe in them. Let's start with no. 1. The first I am statement is I am the way, the truth, and the life. The Good Shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. A good shepherd is someone who is willing to sacrifice everything to protect and care for their sheep. In Matthew chapter 5, verse 14, Jesus taught his disciples, "You are the light of the world." A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Just as a city set on a hill cannot be hidden, neither can you hide the light that shines through you. In Revelation chapter 1, verse 8, the risen Jesus reveals himself to John, saying, I am the Alpha. As you reflect on these statements, ask yourself, how do they challenge or change the way you see yourself, your relationship with God, and the world around you? Let these statements be a source of strength, comfort, and hope for you today and always. Thank you for watching, and until next time, may the peace of God be with you. And the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. This passage shows us that Jesus is the ultimate reality. He is the starting point and the end point of all time and existence. Everything began with him and will end with him. Trust in him as your Alpha and Omega, knowing that he is in control of your past, present, and future. Don't be afraid of the unknown or uncertain future, for in Jesus you have the promise of a glorious and eternal future. Jesus wants you to shine your light brightly so that others can see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Are you shining your light brightly? How can you do so more effectively? Prayerfully consider this as you walk with Jesus. When you think of a sheep, you may think of an animal that is weak, helpless, and vulnerable. In John chapter 11, verse 25, Jesus spoke to Martha, who had lost her brother Lazarus, saying, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even if he dies. Death is a part of life, but it doesn't have the final say over you. Because Jesus conquered death, those who believe in him will also conquer death. When you trust in Jesus, you can have the assurance that you will rise again to eternal life with him. Don't fear the temporary loss of loved ones or the frailty of your own body. For in Jesus, you have the promise of resurrection and everlasting life. But when you hear Jesus say, I am the good shepherd, what does that say about you? In John chapter 15, verse 1, Jesus said, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he prunes away. And every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes away so that it may bear more fruit. This passage teaches us that we are like branches on a vine. We can only bear fruit through our connection to Jesus, who is the true vine. But sometimes God needs to prune us so that we can bear more fruit. Pruning may involve times of suffering, loss, or change in your life, but know that God is working to make you more fruitful for his kingdom. Don't resist the pruning, but embrace it as an opportunity to grow closer to God and become more fruitful in your faith. It says that you are a valuable and cherished part of his flock. He came to seek and save what was lost, and he has done everything necessary to ensure your salvation. So rest in the knowledge that you are being cared for by the most powerful, loving, and self-sacrificing shepherd who ever existed. In John chapter 14, verse 6, Jesus said to his disciples, I am the way, the truth, and the life. In John chapter 6, verse 35, after feeding 5,000 people with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, Jesus declared, I am the bread of life. He who comes to me will never go hungry, and he who believes in me will never thirst. Now, physical hunger and thirst can be satisfied by food and drink, but spiritual hunger and thirst can only be quenched by Jesus Christ. He is the living bread that came down from heaven to give life to the world. By believing in him, you can have your spiritual hunger and thirst met so that you can live a life of fullness and satisfaction in him. No one comes to the Father except through me. What does this mean for us? It means that Jesus is not just one way among many ways to reach God. He is the only way. He is the truth, and He is the life. There is no other name under heaven by which we must be saved. Only through Him can we have access to God the Father. This should encourage you because it means that if you put your trust in Jesus, you can be confident that you are on the right path to eternal life. You don't have to worry about whether you've done enough good things or followed the right rules. All you need to do is believe in Him. Number 2, I am the Good Shepherd. In John chapter 10, verse 11, Jesus says, I am the Good Shepherd. The third I am statement is, I am the bread of life. The fourth I am statement is, I am the light of the world. The fifth I am statement is, I am the resurrection and the life. The sixth I am statement is, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. The seventh and final I am statement is, I am the Alpha and the Omega. There you have it, the 7 powerful I am statements of Jesus.